Hey guys, and welcome to AirAbility, your regular dose of lead therapy. And today I was going to do a review. My friend, yes, I've got a friend, Jason Lockett, lent me this RTI Priest 2 and this lovely 16 mag first focal plane IOR scope, which is an absolute monster. But I don't know if you can hear, the weather is absolutely shocking. So I was sat in the shed all set up, and even I can't be bothered to put my targets up at the bottom of the garden. They're just going to turn to soup anyway. But I was having my coffee, my bacon sandwich, and I started thinking about, you know, that we forget about the joy of shooting and why we shoot. And I think we get so embroiled in competitions and what piece of equipment we're going to buy next, quite rightly so, but we forget about the joy and why we do it. And for me, there are lots of facets to this, to why I enjoy doing it. Obviously, you know me as a competition shooter. You know that I really work hard to do the best results at competitions in benchrest UK events, and I absolutely love it. Although I don't measure how well I do on medals. I measure how well I do on how much effort I put in. And if I feel that I put 100% effort in coming up to the event and 100% effort in at the event, and I've left every ounce of strength on the line after I've shot, I actually will class that as success, because I can't control how good other people shoot. And by gum, there are some good shooters on that benchrest UK tour. Now, the other thing you know me for is AirAbility. We started it, it's over 2 years ago now, and it's fantastic. And I get a lot of joy about the community we have on Facebook. It's one of the friendliest Facebook groups I've ever come across, loaded with lovely people. And we started that off to help people with physical limitations get into the world of shooting, because I didn't see many people like myself shooting outdoors with air guns. The 10-meter community indoors is very strong, but outdoors it's a little less. And I wanted to see more people like me outside enjoying air gunning. Now, when I first started first started AirAbility, most of the questions were around my disabilities and how I did things. And that has pretty much disappeared now. And I would say 95% of questions are about technical aspects of shooting and how to do better, which I love to talk about, and I will bore people senseless with it. And that's why I do my videos, trying to help people. Then there's 4.5%, which is about bacon products, my other love, and I'm happy to talk about them. And there's a tiny little bit now, people's curiosity, how I manage things. And I also don't mind talking about that, because I like to break down the barriers. So if anybody with a physical problem comes to, a club or whatever, people just feel as though they can talk about it and accept anybody into their community of shooters. Now, I think, there are quite a few things I love. The technical aspect of shooting I love, both how you go about shooting, your shot routine, how you hold the gun, your trigger control, personal technical abilities I love. I also love learning about my rifle, how it works, how to adjust it, tune it, the same with the pellet. I love all that geek stuff. And as you can see by my videos, I do show that I do like to do a bit of geek. And I will say that I'm further down the rabbit hole than those videos. Those videos are like a starter for people, to get people to dig their own rabbit hole. And I hope they enjoy it. And it's all the technical stuff's all part of the overall challenge, as well as shooting higher scores, as well as motivating yourself to train when you don't feel like it, as well as going to competitions and trying your hardest. There's challenges everywhere in this sport, and it keeps you busy, and it's absolutely it gives you somewhere to go when life, might give you lemons. Now, you can't go any further without mentioning the people. The AirAbility group and groups before that, when I first started back at benchrest shooting, I met some wonderful, supportive people who helped me and helped me again and again to become a better shooter. And, I've been part of the online community for a while, and I love that. And I love the fact that, I know I show off a bit when I win and I post too many bacon butties, But you've got to understand it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, and I'm not 100%, serious about myself. And then all these people that I met online, I started meeting in real life. Going to the BI UK events. I've got my, people like, Tom Jacobs and Jason Lockett. My wife refers to them as boyfriend 1 and 2, and I can't say which one's which because they'll get jealous. But but other members of the benchrest community I talk to daily, and it's a real integrated part of my life. These guys, they love me so much. They send me photos like this, telling me how much they miss me on the range and I should come down and shoot with them. Or they think they're funny and send me videos like this of them asleep watching one of my videos. The size manufacturers put on the tin is kind of an average size in their interpretation of what the size is. If you measure that, it may differ and there may be some variance in the tin. What I tend to do in my mind, the humour's there, the banter's there, and I'll be honest with you, I dish it out a lot more than the guys give me, so I deserve everything that I get because I am a bit of a geezer when it comes to winding folk up. But hopefully people take it in the spirit that it's delivered. And then another thing is family in air gunning, any hobby. If you can get your family involved, it's fantastic. So obviously, I've mentioned before, I started off, it was a dad and son thing with a Webley Tempest and a BSA Mercury and a Crossman, is it 766 I had? Absolutely lovely, fantastic memories. And then over the next 20 odd years, I was intermittently in and out of the sport. And then my daughter and I started pistol shooting, 10-meter indoor pistol shooting for something to do together. And that went on to her being on, going to national tour events, shooting nationally, and being on the GB 10-meter pistol talent squad. So that was 10 years of our life and family memories that you're just never going to forget, and a fantastic part of it. COVID came, my daughter went to university. Yeah, the pistol shooting's gone to one side for her, but the lessons she learned about meeting people, talking to people, being confident in strange situations is all rubbed off and carried along with her into her adult life. And then, my later life, now I'm shooting benchrest. It's still about family. My wife and I, I always joke about Mrs. G. She helps me with every aspect of the shooting. She's my number one teammate, my number one friend, everything. But we have lovely weekends away together. I'll make an excuse of having a day trip out to go and visit a gun shop I hadn't been to before, but then we make it into a whole day where we have lunch and go and visit other attractions in the town, etc. So it's about getting you and your family up and at it. And I think also if you can include your family, it's a fantastic thing to do. And finally, I touched on it a few minutes ago. It's the biggest escape for me. No matter what's going on in my life, I lock myself in the shed. I put my little fan heater on, I get my cup of coffee, and life's out there, and my shooting world's in here, and I absolutely love it. And the biggest advice I can give to anybody in life is have a hobby. If you have a hobby, you'll have an instant community of friends, and you can then go on and do the hobby at whatever level you feel comfortable doing it at. It gives you, you move to a new town, you've got an instant set of friends if you join the local gun club or whatever hobby. You've got an instant set of friends nationally if you go shooting on a national shooting tour. So, it all leads back into this circle of life of the hobby where, where it's about friends, people, competition, challenge, family, and an escape. Well, that's me witted on a few minutes, and I hope you thought some of the pictures I put up interesting of the issues I've talked about. And just to sign off, I absolutely love airgun shooting, and I hope you guys do too. So until the next time, remember, keep living that airgun dream and take care.